What's going on? This is Colin. Hold on, hold on. How's everybody doing? Sorry I'm late. I'm 15 minutes late. I apologize for that. I apologize for wasting your guys' time. For There's 33 people here, so I'm very sorry for being late. I don't like being late. That's kind of one of the things that it's one of the things that I like to do. Hold on, let me start over. Let me start over. You see me as a real person right now. What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? Happy Friday night. We made it. Weekend's over. My mic is way away from me. Hopefully, everyone's doing well. I am the lucky father of a daughter who's in the Nutcracker, and her opening night's tomorrow. I talked to her earlier this evening, and I got a random call from her. So I apologize for everyone that was waiting, but I'm not gonna lie, I will choose my daughter over all of you every day of the week. Sorry. Not sorry. Sorry. But that's what happened. My daughter is in the Nutcracker and opening nights tomorrow. And she called me and she was nervous about it. So I talked to her. This is my happy father face. She's awesome. She's awesome. She's also 7 years old. So don't get excited. She's not doing, she's not a lead role. She's one of the little fairies that jumps around, but she's nervous about it and she wanted to talk to me. So again, I will spend that time and talk to her instead of jumping on the YouTubes and talking to you all. She will win every single time. Now that I'm repeating myself. Now that I'm repeating myself. We have court. Now I can think about it as a Nutcracker. What do I have? What do I have? What do I have? I don't even remember what's in the thumbnail. The guy. Yeah, this guy's bad. This guy's bad. All right. I gotta compose myself. I gotta compose myself because I'm late and I don't like being late. What do you guys want to talk about? You guys just want to have like a AMA session and we'll just talk about any questions you guys have for me, or you guys want to watch some court? let's let's watch some court because I don't know what else you can ask me. I feel like I've answered everybody's questions. All right. I kind of did this reverse and I put my face on camera first because I was late. Sorry. I'm a proud dad. I'm composing myself. Let's watch some court. I feel like, you know what? I'm gonna start the video and then I'm gonna jump back in with my intro. Let's do that. Let's do it that way. I'm gonna start the video and I'm gonna jump back in with my video and with my intro. And then we can actually start. And then I can start reading comments because I am so far out of the loop right now. I can't think. Let's go. I don't know. After hearing him calm and talking about the Tether story, it's probable.
Go down to the county attorney's office. I think you'll find a lot of humans down there.
All right.
No disrespect.
Stop driving.
I'm flirting with the judge in front of my dad.
Oh, what's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? Happy Friday. I couldn't do it with a straight face. All of you are awesome. Thank you so much for watching, supporting, being here. Thank you so much. Again, sorry I'm late. That's the last time I'm going to apologize. Even though I'm dating a Canadian, even though I'm dating a Canadian, I do still say sorry. No, this doesn't even make sense. I still can't even get my act together. All right, we're gonna watch some court. I promise we're gonna watch some court. Right now, what I'm gonna say is step 1, step 2, like and subscribe. Step 3, step 4, do your jump kick backflips. Step 5, thank you so much to the love of my life. Sent me a donation tonight to send my daughters flowers. Heather, thank you so much. You didn't have to do that. I very much appreciate it. I already had flowers ordered, Heather, but she covered the cost, which because everyone who watches me know this is what I do. And Heather sent me money to cover the money that I spent on flowers to send to my girls for the Nutcracker tomorrow. So everybody be very appreciative to Heather. She made me cry earlier, and I'm getting a little teary-eyed right now. You know what? Screw this. Let's just watch some court, because I can't do this right now. My head is swimming. I've got so much emotion going on. Let's watch this dude. Let's watch this dude drive through a backyard. We're not gonna watch him drive through a backyard. I wish we would. There's no police cam in this. It's just his court thing. All right, let's go.
All right, this is Simon Summers, 3A0174-329. This matter is on for review.
Yes, and I do believe that,
I did issue a warrant as well.
right. Right.
So, Mr. Summers, the court received notice from Moon Security that you had an unauthorized detour from your EHM.
I don't even have the right clip playing. This guy, I'm not going to change the order. This is what I meant to do tonight. I'm composing myself now. This guy is not the guy who drove through a backyard. That's coming up. This guy is just a guy who just believes rules don't apply to him. This is a great clip. This is a great clip. We're going to watch this. Everybody, thank you for being here. I didn't do my normal thing and jump through and say hi to everybody. Sorry, I don't like being late. I don't like being late. So now I'm way off. You can see this is what I look like when I don't have a plan. So yeah, this is the real me, I guess. I don't know. But this isn't the clip that I wanted to play. No, that doesn't even make sense. This is a clip that I wanted to play. But not the first. Let's just watch some court. I'm just going to stop talking for like 5 minutes.
Obligations, and based on that, the court did issue a warrant and set this hearing today to speak to you. You're kind of getting towards the end of your EHM, but it's been a bit of a tortured situation here, and I was particularly concerned about the late evening stop at a motel. So I'd like to talk to you about that and see whether or not the court should continue to leave you on EHM or just convert this back to the jail time.
Your Honor, Mr. Summers has been staying with his sister and brother-in-law. He's currently unstably housed. He doesn't have a key to their place, and they have children in sports. One of their children was injured. The family was in Tacoma taking care of the child. He didn't have a key, so he was riding transit around to avoid violating the EHM order. He did stop at the Days Inn to see if he could stay there. He determined that because he had a warrant, he could not stay there and continued to ride the bus until he was able to get back into his sister's place that evening.
Well, he didn't have a warrant when he had that violation. The warrant was issued because of that violation. You've had warrants. You've had warrants all along, right? That those 2 warrants from, is it Douglas? Yeah, Douglas District and Lewis County. Those have been in place the entire time. So any explanation that that would be governing your behavior doesn't fly.
No, the motel wouldn't accept me with the warrant or the cops were called.
Right.
I was detained.
Yeah, he's got a $10,000 warrant out of Douglas, a $5,100 warrant out of Lewis County, a no bail out of Okanagan, and then our $3,000.
Right.
And those have been in place 9/20/22, 6/16/2021, and 5/27/21.
The warrants aren't offered as an excuse, Your Honor. It's more of the unhoused nature and his inability to go back to where he was staying that I think caused the issue here.
Right.
All right. Now that I've composed myself a little bit, this guy, he's on a he's on a tether of some sort. You can see him. He has his leg off. I don't know if you zoom in, if you can see the tether or not, but he's on a tether, and he has done. Let's just say he has skirted the rules as much as he possibly could. That's this guy. And this is why you don't mess with the courts. Is what this guy's about. Not going to say anymore. I don't want to spoil it. I've said a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not.
All right, and I do want to say, I did get your request to have for a leave on the Sunday to go look for additional housing, and I didn't approve it because there is this warrant and there's this non-compliance. We've talked about this previously, going to places to grab food and to, different stops that were not permitted. And I think the court was really clear that you cannot deviate. You can't just decide that you're going to make pit stops here and there. It's just not okay. And I don't know that this, I understand you're saying this attempt was to stay there because your housing with your sister wasn't available during that period of time, but it's particularly concerning to have that late night 30-minute stop at the Days Inn. So that is a concern to the court. I will hear from Ms. McDonald.
Well, yes. So that's a concern to the city as well.
Probably.
Let me just pull up my notes in our current file.
Hello, everyone that just jumped in. Again, sorry I'm late. If you haven't already,
So,
please like and
And
subscribe.
what I'm looking at here is we've had a couple of different EHM violations. Is that not correct? I know that
We have,
I've
I think there was restaurants initially and some different stops.
I've seen a couple of requests from counsel coming in, asking him to do house hunting, things of that nature. I think the court has really bent over backwards for the defendant, but these appear to be errands or stops that don't have to do with basic necessities. It's just he's clearly doesn't understand that electronic home monitoring or detention means that he's basically required to remain at his home on house arrest, with the exceptions that the court grants. So for things like grocery shopping, things like that. And so if the defendant's not able to or willing to abide by the conditions of the electronic home monitoring, this was offered to the defendant as an alternative to jail. The court imposed 90 days of jail and allowed that to be served on electronic home monitoring. If he's not able or willing to abide by those rules, city's simply going to be requesting that that be revoked and that he be required to serve that time out in jail.
All right. The guy that's on camera on his phone is not the defendant. The defendant is in the courthouse with the tannish looking jacket with his leg in the middle of the aisle. That's the defendant. The guy on the bottom right, dude, he has nothing to do with this case. Yeah.
Counsel's request for house hunting actually goes to bolster our argument that he did not have a place to stay, and that is the reason for the violation here. Unfortunately, Mr. Summers is no longer housed at the place where he was initially housed when he initially got EHM. He has been doing his best to comply since the restaurant violations were addressed. He hasn't had future violations since then. This is the only one that I know of that was reported as a violation. Everything else was approved. The phone guy's visit was approved. Job interview was approved. He just got a new job at Amazon.
Good. I thought you had your own business though, your haircutting.
Barber, but,
He got a second job. I apologize.
EHM and other bills, and the personalized deposit of an apartment, and just different things.
Mhm.
Have to get a second internet night.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Ms. Ebert.
No, you're absolutely fine, Your Honor. So because of that reason, because I think this is due to the exigencies of the situation, we would request no jail time. We would object to converting the remainder of the EHM to jail time. The basis for that objection is that 45 days jail was requested on the offer, and I believe it was an agreed change to 90 days EHM. So I think conversion should go back to half time for jail if jail is imposed. Defense would actually request in the alternative 2 more weeks of electronic home monitoring, obviously with the exceptions for him to find housing because his place with his sister will not be available at the end of this month. So he does need to find housing, Your Honor.
I know this starts really slow, but wait till you hear the infractions. That's why I have this video up there. Wait till you hear the infractions.
I'm not sure where the conversion comes from. I know there's a conversion on DUI offenses.
Honey!
This is not a DUI offense, so there's no conversion guideline for this. It was 90 days in custody converted to 90 days electronic home monitoring. So if it does get converted back, it'd be day for day.
I'm sorry.
I think I might have imposed 30 days or 90 days of EHMs, and he's chose the EHM.
I didn't see that. I thought it was 90 days of custody, looking at the docket entries here.
On 7/24.
That's what I'm looking for, 90 days.
Sorry, my note said 45. The offer was 364, 319 suspended, and I think that's 45.
We've got Heineken. No. If Pseudo is here too, then we're just gonna call this Judge Simpson's channel. Can we make this just Judge Simpson's channel? The 3 biggest people in that chat are here. If Pseudo is here. Pseudo, are you here? Did I miss you already?
That's just what I have in my notes, though. I was not here at the time.
I'm changing my channel name.
The jail time was
Judge
364 with 334.
34
so it was for
district.
30 days. And 90 days of EHM was approved. So that's what you have been given the opportunity to not go to jail, to stay out of custody. And I understand it's been a struggle. There's a cost to be out of custody, but it was enabled you to continue.
If Detective Rachel and Tallglass aren't here, we can't be Judge King. Sorry. We can be Judge Simpson, but we can't be Judge King.
You working, and I know your housing situation has changed. So I think that if the court is to take action for the non-compliance, that a sanction is appropriate. But Mr. Summers, I just don't understand why it's been so hard for you to comply
It's about
with
to
the rules of
go
EHM,
down.
and to understand that this is an exceptional break that the court gave you. So, these stops or this going to this motel, you know how to do this. You know how to reach out to Moon. You know how to leave messages for people. You have a cell phone. Communication is key. They don't have that information that you were having struggles with where you were going to stay that night. All they see and all they report to the court is that you had an unauthorized detour. And it looks really bad that it's a motel for a 30-minute span of time. It just doesn't look like you are taking it seriously.
So I do, I send text messages all the time.
I did see that, Your Honor.
I
He
always
showed me
keep
his
in
communications
context.
with them.
Always.
I don't know what I missed, but good job, Chad. This guy just doesn't want to do anything. He's on a tether and he's
All right, so I will be imposing a sanction. I need to figure out what sanction is going to work, whether it's serving time and being done with this, or whether it's extending it when you don't have a place to be monitored. It sounds like you don't have a place at the end of the month. So if I extend EHM, that's not tenable either.
I do. So I have a room for rent on the 30th. So I will. And then my sister until the 30th. So I will have a place.
So you don't need to go house hunting. You don't need to go look for a place to live because you're saying you already have that arranged.
Well, I'm gonna need to go and sign documents. So that is a part of the house hunting. So yes, I have to go talk to him still. There's things I have to do.
All right, Ms. McDonald, what was your recommendation for sanction?
Convert the remaining jail time back to jail.
And I believe I asked Moon, I think your last day at Moon was 11/28. I think that was the concluding day.
So if the court imposed 90 days of custody, or 30 days of custody, but converted that to 90 days of electronic monitoring, that would essentially be 1 to 3. And how much time has he spent successfully on electronic monitoring?
I believe 8:30 to today. I think 82 out of the 90 days, but I'm not confirmed on that. That's just my math.
I know the difficult part is the successful completion of that, because he's had quite a few violations. I would suggest, Your Honor, that the court convert back to 15 days of custody.
I forgot how slow this case was. I really did. This case was from
Defense
about a
would
month ago.
request. let me see.
This isn't the good one. The
Defense
good
would
one's coming up
request
next.
2 days in custody based on the initial jail sentence being 30 days and then the Moon security being 90, and there's 8 left. And that's a 3-to-1 informal conversion, obviously not in the law.
All right, well, I'll ask you, Mr. Summers, is there anything else you want to say?
I think we're about to
Yes,
hear
it
right now.
It shouldn't be appropriate. Jail time would just further delay me, as far as getting things I need to get in order to get this place.
I'm sold. That was a great speech. Good job.
Well, I'm going to find
Good
that there was a
job.
willful violation of the sanction and that you failed to comply with the EHM. I am going to revoke the EHM. I'm going to impose 3 days in custody. I think that is appropriate. You are technically in custody right now, so your EHM is ending as of today.
He's on a tether for house arrest and he's allowed to leave for work. He's given some privileges for going to the grocery store. He has battled every single one of those privileges.
We're going to.
That's
send
what this
DHS
hearing's
so
about.
The remaining days will be converted back. I'm not going to go add on. I'm going to just do the 3 days and we'll be done with this jail sanction.
I know you guys want to know the story about the guy in the bottom right. His case lasted maybe 2 minutes. It wasn't anything exciting. But again, this case is a lot slower than I remember.
You are on probation for 2 years on this case. You're still going to have to maintain the good behavior and not drive unless you have a license and insurance.
3
Those are
days.
still things that you could be sanctioned for. But I think getting this piece done it just needs to happen, Mr. Summers. There's been so many violations in this case. It's been, my file is thick with moon reports on you, and you'll also be done, and then you can find your housing and move forward. I'm inclined to take you in to, can you go serve today?
Can you go serve
I was gonna
today?
take this off. Thank you, President.
They'll take it off at the jail.
Um,
You need to turn the coffee off. Turn it off.
Can I start on the 23rd? Please.
Well, that's Thanksgiving.
Dude in the bottom right even understood how messed up that was. He said, "Can you turn the copy off?" The judge just asked him, "Can you serve today?" What? I generally appreciate this court. I like this court. I completely forgot about that question. The judge asked the defendant, "Can you serve today?" That's not how court works. Now I'm being critical. That's not how court works. You don't ask the defendant, "Can you serve today?" You tell them they have to serve today. The defense attorney, who's sitting right next to them, right in the seat next to him, can argue to report later. We all see this every day. Oh, I'm sorry, Judge. I don't like being critical of judges, but that was bad.
Yes.
What about?
Oh,
24th?
they may be able to accept him on that date.
I don't know what their staffing's gonna be.
Yeah.
Like the 22nd then.
Like the 22nd? This was a month ago, just so we're all aware. This was a month ago.
Snowcoat Jail, 9 a.m. on Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay.
You gonna take this off?
They will take it off there. I'm going to alert Moon.
Okay.
Moon may want you to come bring it to them.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you going to take this off? She's serving you. Oh.
And the warrant will be quashed.
That should have been the thumbnail. Like I said, I usually like this judge. She's very kind. I completely forgot about that part, or I didn't hear it until I'm rewatching it. I don't like this at all. Don't like this at all.
So Mr. Summers, if you don't report, we'll have a different conversation to have, but I'm going to trust that you will follow through and do that.
Or he'll just tell you that he wants extra large fries and he wants to come in on the next Saturday instead of the Friday. No, I'm not happy with this.
You want to do the whole thing?
Thank you.
Yeah, she's not usually a
Do
pushover.
we need his signature on this?
I think if he takes it with him.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. he'll take
I've
that
seen her go off on
provided
people.
with them. we'll fax it over as well.
Okay, I appreciate that. Is that all on this?
That
matter,
is
Your
all
Honor?
from Mr.
Thank you.
Summers.
All right. Yeah. All right. I have to pull up a different video for the clip that I wanna play. So there are two different videos. It's gonna play. Yep. All right. This is the thumbnail video that I thought was playing first. That last judge is usually good. She's usually really good. She puts her foot down. I've seen her snap at people before. I've covered her multiple times. I don't know why I missed that, but she just gave that guy everything he wanted after he literally did everything he wanted. He's on a tether. He's on house arrest. He's not supposed to leave the house, and he did everything he wanted to do. I'm gonna drive here because you say I can go to the store from 4 to 6 on Sundays. Well, it's Saturday, but it's 5 o'clock in the morning. It doesn't matter. This is the guy that's in the thumbnail. Now, if you haven't liked and subscribed already, I actually understand. I don't know if I would like and subscribe to this video either, but we're having fun, right? This is me. This is my real self when I'm kind of flustered because I'm late. I don't like being late. So now I'm feeling like I'm catching up. I didn't have my videos ready. This is me when I'm, not my normal self. But please like and subscribe. If you haven't done your jump kicks and backflips already, why not? It's free, right? You just do jump kicks and backflips all day long, right? And if you would like, and it would really help me out a lot, my link tree is in the description. Now I see what that guy's saying that I sound drunk, because now listening to me, I sound a little drunk. Let's just watch in court. I'm not drunk, by the way. All right. This one's serious. No laughter. No one laughed.
Mr.
No one
Wilson.
laughed. This is serious.
Okay, Mr. Wilson, if you come up with your attorney, please. All right, and Mr. Wilson, if I could have you state your name and date of birth, please, for the record.
You won't
Christopher
do that.
Wilson, December 30th, 1980.
You will
This
not do
matter
that.
is cited in for a pretrial release violation. I did review the violation and assign this on for today. I think what's probably best is I'll hear from the city, Ms. Carmy first, who's looking to revoke Mr. Wilson's release. I'm going to hear from Mr. Sowards on behalf of Mr. Wilson, and then we'll have a determination made. Go ahead, Ms. Carmy.
Yes, Your Honor. In addition to what we filed, and I guess we would first let the court know this was our third motion alleging pretrial violations. We've had significant issues since arraignment, frankly, with Mr. Wilson adhering to non-use of alcohol. The reason we filed the most recent motion is somewhat twofold. I mean, number one, obviously there is enough more likely than not evidence of alcohol use with the PBT done at the scene, the officer's observations of alcohol use and intoxication. But somewhat more concerningly to this court is that children are being affected by this, making the calls to law enforcement, begging for help, essentially. So we understand that Mr. Wilson may come here and ask to be placed back on scram, which is where we originally started in his case. But the city right now believes that for community safety, for the safety of Mr. Wilson himself and his family, and somewhat punitively for the number of pretrial violations we've had, we are asking for release to be revoked, 15,000 bail set. Upon posting of that bail or release, that scram be reimposed.
Mr. Sowards.
Thank you, Your Honor. I know that Your Honor is aware of the case at hand, his connection to his wife's case, Mrs. Wilson, and their daughters. I've also gone through the report, and I would highlight to the court a number of contacts referenced in the report Specifically 9:30, no issue of intoxication. The two, or no, that was the first issue. October 5th, a visit by the officers, no issue of intoxication. October 7th, visit by police officers, no issue of intoxication. But on the September 30th and November 14th, those are the dates in question that the prosecutor picked out of the report. Now, in this case, her recommendation to go through first, I would argue that it is not proper in a release condition to be punitive. Release conditions are for ensuring presence at trial and the following of conditions. The goals of the court today should be in that respect. We know that there are children involved, but again, this is not family court. However, for the court's information, as your honor is aware that Mr. Wilson has gone through a difficult separation and dysfunction as a single parent. Within that family unit, the youngest daughter, the parties are having her now reside with the mother up in Kenmore. And the older daughter is now residing primarily with very close friends in Ridgefield. But she and her father are still texting, talking, and working through some of these issues caused candidly by his drinking. And I don't think Mr. Wilson's there. For the prosecutor's recommendation of a $15,000 bail, your honor, bail in that type of environment is to ensure presence. Your honor is aware Mr. Wilson has never pled the court, at least to my knowledge. He's always been present. And in fact, as shown by this report, has always been cooperative and compliant with officer's request. You'll note that the November 14th incident resulted in a request for a portable breath test. And then he complied. So in this circumstance, the release condition at issue is the consumption of alcohol. Bail, candidly, your honor, unless you're going to keep him in jail, and if that's your intent, a bail of $150,000. But the bail itself is not going to address what I consider to be the real issue before the court today. My client is in agreement that the scram bracelet is there. Since his last court appearance, he has now the ability financially, which was the issue before, to pay for the scram. I went through the report with my client, and I would like to note that although it was a very poor decision with respect to the November 14th, when he brought the daughter home from school, there was consumption of alcohol between that at home and his contact with the officers that resulted in 0.25 portable breath test, PBT reading, that may have had some mouth intoxication. We don't know the time between his last drink and that. My client he can't deny the use, he relapsed. But again, we would note that during this family law number of incidents, there were a number of contacts where the intoxication was not an issue, but certainly there were the two, and there's no way around that. So rather than revoking and a bond that will do nothing more than add a couple of dollars to affordable bail bonds budget this year, we would ask the court to simply use the scram bracelet, which again, he has arranged the funds, he can now take care of that, and that would provide the 24/7 monitoring needed. I don't know if your honor wants me to go into the father-daughter relationship issues. My client, the way they're presented in the report, would have issuances, but this is not custody. This is about my client drinking in violation of your honors. So he is here to answer your questions and fully willing to use scram, possibly in addition to some type of enhanced monitoring. I do not know. But with that, we would let your honor ask the questions I'm sure you have.
Well, I'm not going to ask your client questions, Mr. Sowers. Your client has a right to remain silent. Certainly the underlying allegations of this incident when it first takes place, February, March of last year, is extremely dangerous driving, impacting a number of members of the community outside of Mr. Wilson's family. If I'm recalling this correctly, I'm just going to briefly look at the probable cause statement, because I certainly do not, if this is a different case that I'm thinking of.
This was his truck going into the neighbor's fence in the driveway before hitting the public road. Underlying charges, negligent driving based on.
Well, I understand. I'm just taking a look. So March 2023, I imposed scram as Mr. Wilson's release condition. He did not abide by my condition. In fact, he took off for over a month and didn't have any manner of release condition in place. The allegation at the time in the probable cause statement, and I wanted to make sure, was not only damage to people outside his family, but the endangerment of Mr. Wilson's own children. That is very strikingly similar to the allegations that we have in front of this court right now, that he's picking up his kids from school impaired. I've dealt professionally with clients over a long period of time that have issues with alcohol. I personally find it very difficult to believe that Mr. Wilson drove sober, was accused from some spurious reason of being impaired, and then just happened to get grossly impaired. Impaired so much that most of us in this courtroom would be passed out.
I mean, Your Honor, that would have been a misrepresentation by me. Mr. Wilson did say that he had drank before picking up his child, just had drank in addition to that. So if that was my presentation, that would be my error, not his.
So I have the
It's still-
same,
it's still-
I have the exact same conduct then, Mr. Sowards. They have the identical conduct in that he just didn't crash this time. He still is picking up his kids from school, driving on public roads. He didn't crash this time, but this is not, bail is intended for a number of reasons. And it is intended to make sure a person appears at future court dates. You are 100% correct. But bail is called for and is paramount when there is a pronounced community safety issue. I have not seen in my 2 years on the bench, with the exception of maybe one other case, a more staring me in the face, blatant, pronounced community safety issue. Every one of these conducts that I'm seeing not only involves law enforcement being called and his kids and alcohol, but a number of them involves him driving. Every time he gets in a car impaired to go pick his kids up at school, there is probably 250 other kids who are impacted that are walking out of that same school. There's probably 250 other parents that are picking kids up from that school. There are probably 1,000 other motorists that he encounters going to and from that school drunk. So he is going into custody today. I'm going to impose bail in the amount of $25,000 because I believe the only way I can guarantee that Mr. Wilson is not drinking is if he's in the Clark County Jail. I want to be very, very, very clear. Mr. Wilson has had an abundant number of chances. If this was punitive, I would have taken him into custody on March 31st of 2023, the first time he didn't put the scram monitor on that I ordered him to do. I have been extremely accommodating, and I've been accommodating to such a point that I have endangered his children multiple times. And I will not do that again. I will not endanger his children or any other children in the community because he continues to choose to drink alcohol. Look at me, Mr. Wilson. I have been extremely patient with you. You have a serious problem, and a scram monitor is not going to solve that problem. You will be on a scram monitor if you do post bail, but I hope for your own sobriety that you detox in the Clark County Jail, you receive medical care in the Clark County Jail during that detox, and that you are stone sober for the remainder of your case. Do you understand? Now, we already have a court date forward for Mr. Wilson. That's scheduled, I believe, for a readiness hearing. I need to dig back through the paperwork here. And I'm assuming at this point, we want to leave that court date set.
If I may, Your Honor,
Yes?
given that the underlying charges are negligent driving and a hit and run unattended, I would ask that the court bring this matter back a week from today And I think that the diversion discussions that I previously had with the prosecutor may very well be somewhat in jeopardy. And I think that I think you're going to be able to make comment. Go by that. Okay. But if we come back a week, we might be able to just resolve this case.
I am not.
We don't
here
have Ms.
next
Carney.
week.
Well, then we'll just leave the dates as they are and trust that Mr. Wilson can make.
Let's do this. My proposal, Your Honor, would be let's keep December 28th, which is what is set. Mr. Sowards, you and I can talk if there is a resolution reached. Either I can log in to take that resolution or because I won't be here the next 2 Thursdays, or Mr. Busby can handle it in my absence.
Okay. You have your phone with you. Okay. Your Honor, will my client have an opportunity to call his father prior to being transported to jail?
I think he can call his father when he gets to the Clark County Jail. I think it's a standard protocol that when a person's being transported, they don't call family members beforehand. I think it's a safety issue. So we're not going to have him call anyone until he arrives at the jail.
Bye.
So readiness will continue for the 28th of December, 2023. That's right now going to stay on our 1:30 docket. Mr. Wilson's release conditions will be to violate no laws, notify the court of any change of address or phone number, no consumption or possession of alcohol or non-prescribed drugs. If Mr. Wilson does post bail, he'll be on 24/7 scram monitoring and intensive pretrial release. I would like the scram monitor to be on before he's released, but I know that they can't do that. So what I'm going to write on the form here, and this is what I want to go to the jail and what I want to go to pretrial release, is if he's released and he posts bail, scram monitor has to be on within 24 hours. I'm not giving him 5 days. This is not statutory in regards to a DUI. So within 24 hours of release, he's on the scram monitor. I am in no way, shape, or form going to tolerate any greater amount of time. I don't care what day of the week it is. I'll have to take him back into custody if he doesn't abide by that condition. I'm at the end of the things I can do. This is just getting too extremely dangerous for the entire community. Good luck, Mr. Wilson.
I agree.
Yep.
Good job, Judge.
All right, Mr. Lowe,
Yeah. I don't have any patience or any kind of sympathy for people that drive while drunk. As a lot of you know, I bartended for a long time. Not bartended. I worked in a restaurant for a long time. I bartended for a while. And what I hated most is giving people drinks that I know that were drunk. And it always it boiled my blood, and I cut a lot of people off. But to find out that people are driving to pick up their kids, not okay. Not okay, man. He should serve the full sentence. I'm sorry. Kids are involved. Serve the full sentence. It's not a short-term sentence for a violation of the, what is it, a technical, you technically violated your bond, so we are going to sentence you for 3 days. I don't know what, I don't remember what he got sentenced, but no. You don't go to school to pick up your kids drunk. Not only your kids, but every other kid, every other parent that's there. That guy should have been charged with a lot more. Now, you know what? I'm going to go to the other clip of my other video because this clip does not... I did not pair these up well. the clip you see on screen right now is a start to a clip where a woman was charged with, you know what? I don't remember what her charge was, but it was something about kids at a daycare. You know what? Screw it. I've been saving this clip for a while. I wanted to do a lot of research and figure out who this was, where this happened at, and actually find out what happened. This is the sentencing of a woman in Detroit that was fired from a daycare for a, I'm not going to say abusing, but she wasn't nice to kids. You know what? I don't want to play that. I'm not in the mood to play this. Let's go back to this. We'll play this clip. Sorry guys. I'm not
counsel, please.
I'm not in the mood to do that. We're going to play the rest of this clip. I'll do the research on that the second clip I was just about to show. We'll play that. I'll play that some other time this week. I'm not in the mood for it. We're yeah. No, I'm stuttering. Hey, my name's Colin. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, tease. I don't want to play any more kid stuff. So that sounds so bad. No wonder I was demonetized. Hey, like and subscribe. Please. All right. I have not been paying attention to the chat. I am sorry. I have not been looking at it. You need to take care of Fight Club. Yeah, that might help. Actually. Take care of Fight Club might actually help. All right. I switched back to this. I've got this clip, and I got another one. I'm not gonna play the clip that I just teased you with. I want to find out more information about it. I want to make a story about it. That's what I want to do. So I'm not gonna play that clip. But we can play this one. This is just yeah, I don't even remember.
Your Honor, good morning, Pauline Sorokin, on behalf of Miss Willie. Miss Willie, state your name for the record, please.
No idea.
All right. Counsel, I know that you aren't the assigned counsel. Miss Willie, do you know the name of your counsel?
No, ma'am, Your Honor, I do not. I just was told
Bye,
by my tether officer that my battery and my tether didn't work and to bring it in. And when I got there, he locked me up and said that I violated. So
Is that the real Archangel? I can't tell on the Streamlabs side. Is that the real Archangel? If it is, I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're feeling well. Yeah. Archangel's one of my original friends that I met when I first started watching YouTube. So I will pause. Yeah, Archangel, thank you. I can't see your little font from Streamlab or StreamYard. But I'm glad you're here, man. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, see? OG friend gets a pause every time. Just become an OG friend. I'll pause every time and say hi to you.
So the problem is that did you just have whoever was house counsel that day who helped you with it? Or did you have signed counsel, like it was somebody who's going to follow your case to the end? Do you remember, ma'am?
I believe it was someone who's supposed to follow my case to the end.
And you don't have any of their information?
No, ma'am, not with me. It's at home. I didn't know I was going to be locked up. I didn't violate. I'm an environmental service worker for Beaumont Hospital, and I work around various chemicals with alcohol in it. I have not consumed alcohol since I've been placed on the tether.
I am so sorry, Archangel. That's rough. I've lost one of my two parents. My mom passed away. I actually found her when she passed away. And it was rough. And Archangel, I don't know if your mom's still alive, if that was your first parent you lost, but it, I hate to tell you this, it doesn't get easy. It doesn't get better. It just gets a little easier. You you feel how to deal with it because it's a feeling that you don't know until it happens. And I'm really sorry that happened to you. It's it breaks my heart that it happens to people younger than us. Archangel, I don't know how old you are, but I assume you're about my age. Or you're a little younger, a little older, I don't know. But we're about the in the same you're not a kid. So I don't have to give you like a speech, but yeah, no. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. And it does not get easier. You just figure out how to live with it. Late 40s. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Again, I'm not going to apologize. Archangel's one of my OG friends, and I will not apologize for pausing to talk about his loss. So everyone who's mad at me in the comments, you guys can all go fuck yourselves. Some people just shouldn't open their mouths. Archangel's a friend, and this is my channel, and I'm going to support my friend. So if you guys are mad, yeah, I don't care.
Nor before I was placed on the tether was I drinking. So I'm not.
Okay. All right, Miss Willie, stop talking. Stop talking because the allegation is that you have a high blood alcohol content of 0.17 while you're driving a vehicle. So that's why you're going to trial. So you can't talk about it with me, or else you have to do a jury trial. You want to know
Just
what my
you
jury
wait.
trial days are? They're in March and April of next year. So instead of the January 8th date that you have currently, okay?
Yes, I was speaking on this
Miss
violation.
Miss Willie, didn't I ask you to stop talking?
Sorry, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Because the one thing already.
All right. Everybody that's in my comment that's in the live right now, no one's mad in the live right now. It's going to be the comments that come after this video for me pausing too many times. So I appreciate all the love for Archangel and everybody that's here supporting that, but has nothing to do with anybody in the live chat right now. All of you guys are awesome. You guys are here supporting me, supporting Archangel for what he's going through. Or I honestly don't know if it's he or she. Oh no, I really don't know. But it has nothing to do with anybody in the live chat right now. It has to do with the comment section after this video. That's what that comment was for. So I apologize to people that are reading the chat thinking that I'm mad at them. I'm not. We're all good. We're all good. I am too hypersensitive right now. I'm too hypersensitive. Let's just watch some court. Let's just watch some.
Already that I know is that you don't remember your counsel name. And for the life of me, I will never understand why when somebody is holding the fate of your life in your hand, including counsel, that y'all don't remember nobody's name.
You know what? I will pause it all night long. Scaff, I know you're joking. I will say this. I'm about to do a giant change of my channel. I'm going to go through all my mods. I'm uplifting my channel because I have to apply to be remonetized in a month. I am 1 month and 1 week away to reapply to be remonetized. I have to completely change my channel. So I'm going to start deleting old videos. I'm going to start downloading my videos that did really well and kind of redo them a little bit. I'm going to redo all my mods. So if you're a mod and I take it away from you, it's nothing personal. The mods that are here every day, you're not going to lose it. It's the mods that aren't that are probably going to lose it. And like right now, so I'm watching the comments, and I what I think is people like Jonathan and my girlfriend Heather, who are constantly like posting links, promoting not only my channel but other people's channels, and that's what I want. That's what I want my mods to do. I don't really care about people watching the chat and removing comments. I'm always going to get trolls because I say how I feel and I feel how I talk. So that's never going to stop. But there is going to be a massive change to the setup of my channel going forward once I get monetized. I just want everyone to know that I will still support all the other creators out there. I'm not going to take a wrench away from creators. Every creator will always have a wrench on my channel. That has been my thing from day one. I never want to. I don't care if you have one subscriber and you have a channel. I'm always going to support you. So if you have a channel and you're putting out videos, you'll have a wrench on my channel so you can support your own. But everyone else that comes and goes is going to change a little bit. All right, let's watch some court. Now that I'm going to get off my soapbox.
All right, I didn't put this tether on her. Counsel, did you have anything you wanted to say on her behalf?
Your Honor, I did have the opportunity to speak with my client. She is gainfully employed.
No one hate on Scaff. Scaff is awesome. I said he. I still don't. I don't know. I don't know if anyone's a male or female. Nah, I'm way talking too much. If anyone's thinking Scaff was trolling me, he's not. She's not. Whatever. I don't know. Scaff, tell me, are you a male or female? I don't know. Scaff is a very generic name. Not hating on anybody. Not throwing shade at anybody. All I'm saying is there is going to be a lot. There are going to be a lot of changes on my channel over the next month coming up to remonetization because I have to change it. I have to change it. YouTube told me I had to delete all my videos and start over is what YouTube told me to do. And I waited as long as I could. And I'm about a month away from reapplying. So I got to change a lot of things. So my channel will be changed. I will still be the same. I'm still going to play court every day. But the setup might be slightly different just to make YouTube happy. Hopefully that makes sense. Now let's watch court. Stay away from Scaff. Scaff's cool. Scaff is the kind of troll that's funny and not disrespectful, which is who I am. That's my internet life. I try to be funny, but I'm a troll. But I try to be funny and not disrespectful. That's who Scaff is. So leave him alone. Or her. Again, I don't know. Let's just watch court. Talking way too much.
I'm going to ask the court to at least allow her to be released and get back to work. I don't know what the situation was with the tether, so I'd ask the court to take it off. I don't know if the court's willing to do that at this time. And just increase maybe random testing. Because they're expensive, alcohol tethers.
Yeah.
Your Honor, at this
Attorney
point,
Mason?
the prosecutor, I'm asking for a bond on this case. Probably
Okay.
gonna ask for a cash bond on this case.
You gonna ask for a cash bond?
Yeah.
How much can you afford, Miss Willie?
Your Honor, I just started my job in October.
Sure, thanks, Steph.
All right. Here's what I'm gonna do, Miss
Started
Willie,
my
because I
job in
didn't put.
October, and I get paid every 2 weeks. So I haven't even got my first my second paycheck yet. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna be able to afford. My rent is $1,100. So outside of rent, I'm not sure, Your Honor.
I didn't put the tether on her. Is that correct, Miss Willie?
That's correct, Your Honor, you did not.
Oh, apparently I still don't edit out dead time.
It was a car crash? Don't answer.
Don't answer. That's a good defense attorney right there. Oh, was that the judge that said that? It was a car crash. Don't answer. Was that the judge? This judge is awesome, by the way. I really like this judge. Oh, Michelle, you have no idea. Yeah, she is a mess. She is a mess. I want to say,
Do you have a license? What did they give you back at the scene? Did they give you anything to drive? How you been getting to work?
My husband takes me back and forth to work.
Can your husband post any type of bond for you?
No, ma'am. My husband receives disability, Your Honor.
He's so spectacular.
He receives $609 a month. I just work and I'm a
peeps, you are awesome. And I really hope that people buy your soap. I really want people to buy your soap. I want your small business to be successful. People, drop your link. Drop your link right now. I paused it in the middle of the video for you. So I gotta wait like 10 seconds before the link pops up. But please drop your link. For everybody that doesn't know, Peeps makes her own homemade soaps. And I'm actually gonna buy some. I've wanted to buy some for a while. Haven't had a job for a real job for a while, so I haven't. But I'm gonna buy some for gifts for Christmas. But I'm waiting for her link. Like I said, I'm in StreamYard, so I have to wait for it to come up. I have to wait for the link to come up. Hopefully you posted it right when I asked, because if not, this is going to be awkward. I'm going to be sitting here for a long time. It takes about, for those of you who don't know, it takes about 15 seconds in StreamYard for the YouTube chat to pop up. So everything's delayed. Everyone's commenting about you, peeps. I still don't see. Ah, there we go. There we go. For all of you out there that want to buy handmade soaps for your loved one for Christmas, this is the woman to buy it from. Not only is she in every one of my videos, she's not in my video. I need to work on my pep talk, peeps. I'm sorry. She's from the city that I'm from. So we make good shit in Cincinnati. If nothing else, check out the site, check out her website, look at the soaps. If you don't like it, you don't have to buy it. But check it out, see what's going on. She works hard. She is in every single person's channel that I know pushing her soaps. And all I want is to get a job where I'm not talking on YouTube all day. And but I want to be able to buy her soap so I can actually promote it. That's what I want, because she's everywhere. She works hard. So anybody that's watching this now, if you watched it yesterday, I hope you bought her soap yesterday. If you're watching it now, great. If you watch it tomorrow, awesome. Buy her soaps. She works hard. She works really hard. And December 15th is the last day for Christmas delivery. You've got 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today. Today. To buy her soaps. All right. All right, peeps. That's the best I can do. That's the best I can do for you. I can't advertise you anymore. This is not a paid advertisement. I just really like Peeps. And she's a mod on my channel. She's awesome. She's here every single time I put a video out. So if you don't want to support me, I understand. I'm an asshole. I get it. But Peeps is awesome. Support Peeps.
College student, I don't.
Oh, we're still watching court. All right,
I
let's
haven't
go.
violated since I've been on the tether. It has to be the chemicals from work. I do bed pull. When patients leave, I have to clean the beds, clean the room with different chemicals that has alcohol in it. That's the only thing I could say that maybe absorbed in my skin. He said something absorbed in my skin. He did say it wasn't consumed from the report of the alcohol tether. And he asked me to change my toothpaste. I changed my toothpaste. That's the only thing I can think of, Your Honor, of why.
Really, the concern is that for me is that so you got it's alleged you got in a car crash when this alleged incident happened back in 2020, and then they did the blood pool at that point in time, and so you denying all allegations altogether, which scares me. No, don't say anymore. Don't say anymore.
Oh, okay, okay.
Is it court concluding that because she's requesting a trial?
No, she's innocent until she's proven guilty.
Okay.
That's always how it is, right? So it's alleged that she has that, but y'all won't let me finish talking. Y'all so quick to jump in. Golly. Gee Willie Whiskers. All right. Ms. Willie, I'm gonna let you out. Against what they want me to do. I'm going to have you drop and screen though. I need you to screen once a week randomly, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
If it comes back positive, I'm gonna lock you up. You hear me? Until our trial on January 8th.
Yes, ma'am. I will not drink. I haven't been, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
All right. I'll put her bond at 500 personal. What kind of paperwork you gotta do? 5,000. 5,000 personal is what I'm gonna set her bond at. But the requirement is gonna be weekly random drug screens. First one you test positive and you'll just sit in until your trial date. Okay, you'll sit in jail.
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor. Can I ask one question, please?
Yes.
I have to be to work at 5 o'clock every day. So will that be before 5 that I will have to do the testing?
Now, I don't know what time they call you.
Okay.
So it'll just be whatever time they'll tell you to report that day. And you got to make sure you get there that day. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. If there's nothing further, we'll get those documents over to the jail. That concludes this hearing.
Your Honor, so then does she need to call probation when she's released to set that up? Because who's going to?
I don't know how this goes.
It's got to be. Got to set up the drug test screens.
So I'm confused, Attorney Soroka, because she's not on probation. So I don't know who's doing what. Like I don't know who handles the.
If there isn't a pretrial screening unit, I believe the probation has to handle it. And I think that when we have cases like, where there aren't convictions and we're waiting, they step in those cases. So.
Okay. You need to call this number. 313.
Can I have something?
I know you can't remember it. Can you take down a number for her, jail?
Yes, ma'am. Hold on.
Okay. I know.
Okay, then ma'am, if probation doesn't help you, you need to get back in touch with this courtroom right away, okay?
Yes, ma'am. What?
965 313
313
965
965
3414.
3414, and the courtroom number, please.
313
Uh-huh,
965
965.
2293.
Okay, the first number, what's the name of the, I'm calling?
That's the 36th District Court probation. They may not have any clue either. So then call my courtroom and I'll have to figure something out. Sorry, Miss Willie. I'm not really, I didn't know that they had put an alcohol tether on you. I'm not saying that was a bad thing, but then I have to try and figure out what's going on because you didn't mention it. There's another reason why you always tell the attorney of record, who's ever helping you, all the information so that we can make sure we have everything we need.
Yes, Your Honor, I was trying to, but court started.
No. Sometimes I have full dockets like today, and you're my second person I did, and it's 10:43 a.m. So
Thank
welcome,
you,
Miss
Your Honor.
Willie.
I appreciate you so much.
You're very welcome. Have a good day.
You too as well.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Let's see. There we go. Last clip. Last clip's only 5 to 7 minutes long. This woman's very happy. Let's just say that. We're going to end it on a good note. She's going to jail, but she's happy about it. I know it's a spoiler alert. She's not going to jail. Well, maybe, but I need to stop talking. You can tell that I've watched court too much today when I'm telling you what's going to happen before the clips happen. That's how you can tell I'm done with court for the day. I love live streaming and I love doing this for everybody. But I think I'm about at, see, it's 10 p.m. my time. I started about 8 a.m. Yeah, I'm about 14 hours deep. So it's time for me to hoos off for a little bit. Thank everybody for coming. I appreciate everybody. I am going to let this play out. I'm not going to pause it again. Pseudo, Nancy, Jay, everybody that came, Sashina's here. I think that's the first time I said your name pop up. But I'm tired. I apologize for my rants tonight. You know what? I don't want to apologize for my rants tonight. I'm not going to apologize. This is me. This is my channel. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm not going to apologize. I'm just passionate tonight. Feel good. You know, when you feel good, you talk. You're right. Some people dance. Some people sing. I talk. So get used to it. Hayden! Ayo. I'm pretty sure I said thank you for your super chat earlier. If I didn't, I think I did. Pretty sure I did. I remember putting in my head that I was going to say thank you to you. All right. You know what? Let's just finish this last clip. This last clip's kind of funny. It's funny. The happiest person ever that potentially is going to jail. But before I hit the play button, I'm just teasing you guys all over the place. I'm going to get so many bad comments about this. Like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. If you want to get your name called out, like my good friend Fred, who was kind enough to donate tonight, and Heather, the love of my life, who sent me money to... Now I'm getting emotional again. She... it doesn't matter. If you want to hear why she sent me money, you can go back to the beginning of the video. I'm not going to say it again. But thank you guys, everybody, for coming. I very much appreciate it. Go buy Peeps soap. It's right there. Go buy her soaps. Good stuff. Yeah. All right. You can tell I'm tired. You can tell I'm running out of energy. So we're going to play the last clip. We're going to laugh a little bit. And we're going to all say peace and good night. So until next time, bye.
The phone is labeled Caitlin's iPhone. Could you please unmute and tell us what your name is?
Hi, Maya Hughes. Hey, Judge Washington.
Hello, Miss Hughes. How are you?
I'm broke. I ain't got the job, and I'm trying to turn myself in, Miss Washington.
Are you?
Yeah.
And the system we perform misuse.
We haven't called the case yet, actually. I'm still writing in files from the last case, so give me one minute. Okay, so this one is the ticket. State of Michigan versus Maya Hughes, case number 18S00598.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Duffy, Liba form misuse. Miss Hughes, could you please state your name again?
Maya Hughes.
Thank you, Ms. Hughes. All right.
Before we get started, I'm broke. I ain't got no money. Judge Washington. I know it's non-payment court. Come on, let me explain myself before you even get to doing that. I know I ain't paid in months, but I am broke. And I'm broke. Just can I do community service?
Your Honor, if I may elaborate a little bit on Miss Hughes' situation.
Okay.
Miss Hughes is presently a stay-at-home mom. She's taking care of a disabled child, and for that reason has been unable to work. We're asking the court for a brief adjournment so that Miss Hughes can submit a financial hardship form. I provided her with that form yesterday, and my understanding is that she'll be submitting that as soon as she can find a place to print it.
All right. January 16th, 2024 at 10 a.m. for financial hardship review.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And Miss Washington,
Yes, ma'am.
do I have to come up to the court in order to take care of warrants, or do I just turn myself into the Washington County?
Each warrant is different, and so what you need to do is call the court to find out what type of warrant it is and whether you can be arraigned over Zoom or whether it's you have to turn yourself in.
Okay.
Your Honor, Ms. Hughes is asking about the warrant I advised her of the last time that she signed on and said that she was broke. She cannot walk in on that warrant. You must turn yourself into the jail.
Okay, that's what I was asking. Okay, thank you.
Please remind me, Ms. McDuffie.
Oh, that's out of 14A2 case 212-0524. That matter is a larceny case, and she has had a bench warrant for failing to appear from back in April. And that's $10,000, 10%.
All right.
I see a note on JIS indicating per judge walk in on warrant.
Yeah, and that warrant, I went to court. I had Vanessa as a legal aid. I went to court, but I went to the wrong courtroom. And I don't know, it was if it was Judge Simpson. I can't remember the judge, but he said I was on his court docket. And they gave me another court date, and my child was in the hospital. But I told Vanessa that, but she said that she'd take care of her, but she never did. That was in April, and I haven't heard nothing else from the case until, Miss Duffy told me I had the warrant. So that's why I was asking so I could go ahead and take care of it now.
So, Mr. Lebo, are you thinking that the notation that you are looking at says that she might be able to walk in on this warrant?
That is how I read it. The note is from June 1st and says per judge walk in on a warrant or turn yourself into jail, warrant to remain.
So you need to, as I indicated first, call over to the courthouse and let them tell you what you need to do about that particular warrant. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's 14A1. Courthouse.
Yes, ma'am.
14A2, 14A2 courthouse. Okay.
All right. And do you know how long I spent in jail so I can have a babysitter for the kids?
No, ma'am, I can't tell you all that. That's up to a different judge. That's not even my court. And like I said, they may let you walk in based on the notation. So call to them. They'll tell you whether you can walk in or not. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
I'm just going to say, if every defendant was like that, Judge Washington and our favorite prosecutor, at least my favorite prosecutor, Miss McDuffie, they would have amazing days all day long. She has a smile on her face and she's going to jail, but You know, like that's how you do it. I'm happy that she's trying to take care of her shit, right? That's how you have to do it. All right. Now I'm out. Sorry, I always do this. I say I'm last. I'm going to pause, and I pause it right before the end. And I didn't even pull up my picture. Here, hold on. You guys want to see me one last time? Bye.